Alexander Hamilton was one of the most complex, brilliant, and controversial figures among the founding fathers of the United States, a man whose life story reads almost like a novel of ambition and intellect overcoming adversity. Born out of wedlock in either 1755 or 1757 on the Caribbean island of Nevis, Hamilton entered the world with no social advantages, a fact that would profoundly shape his worldview. His father abandoned the family, and his mother died when Hamilton was still a teenager, leaving him orphaned and financially destitute. Forced to work as a clerk for a trading company, he gained early exposure to international commerce, finance, and the mechanics of trade, experiences that later informed his economic vision for the United States. Even at a young age, Hamilton demonstrated extraordinary intelligence and literary talent, most famously in a vivid letter describing a devastating hurricane that struck the island. The quality of this writing so impressed local patrons that they raised funds to send him to North America for an education, an opportunity that changed the course of his life. Hamilton studied first in New Jersey and then at King's College in New York City, where he immersed himself in classical studies while simultaneously engaging with the political debates of the time. As tensions with Great Britain escalated, he emerged as a passionate advocate for independence, writing pamphlets and essays that displayed both rhetorical power and a sophisticated understanding of political theory. When the American Revolutionary War broke out, Hamilton joined the Continental Army, serving with distinction as an artillery officer before becoming an aide-de-camp to General George Washington. In this role, Hamilton functioned as Washington's chief secretary, handling correspondence, strategy, and diplomacy, and developing a deep understanding of military leadership and national governance. Although frustrated by his lack of independent command, Hamilton eventually led troops in combat at the Battle of Yorktown, demonstrating personal courage and decisiveness. After the war, he married Elizabeth Schuyler, connecting himself to one of New York's most prominent families, and quickly built a successful legal career. His legal work exposed him to the economic chaos of the post-war period, strengthening his conviction that the United States required a strong central government to survive. Hamilton became a leading voice at the Constitutional Convention and later played a crucial role in securing ratification of the Constitution by co-authoring the Federalist Papers, a series of essays written primarily with James Madison and John Jay that articulated the philosophical and practical case for the new system of government. These essays revealed Hamilton's belief in energetic executive power, checks and balances, and the necessity of aligning political authority with economic strength. Appointed by Washington as the first Secretary of the Treasury, Hamilton faced the daunting task of stabilizing a nation burdened by war debt and lacking financial credibility. He proposed a comprehensive economic program that included federal assumption of state debts, the establishment of a national bank, the creation of a uniform currency, and the encouragement of manufacturing through government support. Hamilton believed that a strong financial system would bind the interests of wealthy citizens to the success of the federal government, thereby ensuring stability and national unity. His policies succeeded in restoring American credit and laying the foundations of a modern capitalist economy, but they also ignited fierce political opposition. Thomas Jefferson and James Madison accused Hamilton of favoring elites, exceeding constitutional authority, and betraying Republican ideals, conflicts that led to the formation of the first political parties in American history. Hamilton's uncompromising nature, sharp tongue, and prolific writing style earned him both admiration and deep resentment, and his influence began to wane after Washington left office. His later years were marred by political isolation and personal scandal, most notably his public admission of an extramarital affair in an effort to refute accusations of financial corruption. Tensions with his long-standing rival Aaron Burr escalated over time, culminating in a duel in 1804 in which Hamilton was mortally wounded and died the following day at the age of 47. Despite his relatively short life, Hamilton left an enduring legacy as the architect of America's financial system and a visionary who believed that talent, discipline, and ambition, rather than birth, should determine one's place in society. His ideas about federal power, economic development, and national identity continue to shape the United States, securing his place as one of the most influential figures in American history.